years after his arrest at 19 years old. After Eccles' death, laws still allowed execution for the next 21 years. But capital punishment popularity waned, and states held back from imposing it. Abolitionists asserted that the sentencing was heavy with discrimination, and we can see that through history with Hannah James and George and James Eccles all being minorities. Furman and George. In 1972, the Supreme Court agreed with abolitionists and ruled death penalties were violations for all age groups against the Eighth Amendment when, quote, imposed in an arbitrary or capricious manner. However, it did not completely end the death penalty for minors, as it allowed states to form their own, less discriminatory laws. And only 2 years later, in 1974, teens were again sentenced to death. Roper v. Simmons. Almost 30 years after the Furman ruling, in 2005, the Supreme Court found the juvenile death penalty abolished for good. The Supreme Court found that the capital punishment was cruel and unusual punishment as a whole, not just in the discriminatory sense. The final ruling spares lives of 72 juveniles that were on death row. The meaning and significance of the death penalty for juveniles. There's not much meaning anymore in the modern day, as it has been out of effect for nearly 2 decades. The original purpose, at least in the beginning, was to permanently take violent offenders off the streets and out of society for good. However, modern research and records show that, of course, juveniles can be rehabilitated and are not fully culpable like adults are. I find, and many others do, that execution is not a necessity of the justice system for juveniles, hence the illegality of it today. It's significant to remember and study the justice system's history and how different policies and penalties rose and fell. In conclusion, juveniles are different from adults in many ways. Therefore, they need different treatment in the justice system. Even if they commit the same crime, they can't go to the same place. It would be harmful both physically and mentally for the youth. The juvenile justice system is needed, as it protects and cares for the youths that end up facing, or will face, the wrong side of the law. Thank you.